I'd like to share with you easeful ways of extending your spine. Your spine has unique talents, and not all parts of the spine move equally well in each plane of movement. So understanding this will give you a really good background to be able to do your back bending without hurting your back. Now, in our everyday life, there is a tendency for most of us to do repetitive flexion, repetitive forward bending. So it's very good if we can incorporate a little bit of extension into our yoga practice every day. Now, how we do this extension is important. There's been a real emphasis within yoga culture to do more and more virtuosic backbends, very, very extreme backbends. Now, when the Celestial Design Committee made the body, it really didn't design the spine for doing these very extreme movements of extension. So just know that a little bit goes a long way towards strengthening your back, which is going to help you maintain lifelong erect posture. And how good is that? Because really, this is what we need to use every day. So you need about as much extension in your spine as you would use to pick an apple off a tree. And beyond that, it's bells and whistles. So if you can do a little bit of extension every day, this is a great investment for the longevity of your body and having this beautiful, graceful, upright posture for the rest of your life. Locust pose, or salabhasana, will help prepare you for deeper back bends. You will lay on your abdomen and then lift your feet from the ground in a few different variations. So to start the practice, Carla's going to bring her hands underneath her groin. So I'll show it standing so you can see where that is. My palms are fitting in the crease of my groin, my fingertips down. Now, this position essentially takes me a little bit more into flexion, which makes it easier to stabilize my back. Now, alternately, you could make fists and press the thumb down towards the floor, or you could reach your fingertips towards your feet. So you'll find one that feels right for you. So in this first practice, we're going to focus on the movement of the legs. And Carla's going to turn her feet over just slightly so the toes are barely touching the floor. And then on an inhalation, she'll move the legs away from the midline and back towards the midline to a count of 4. Now, if your back isn't strong, you can keep the movement very small so that you're barely moving away from the midline and then slowly coming back to the midline. As you get stronger, you can move your legs further away from the midline, coming back to the midline. So that's our first set. In the second set, we change planes so that we're tapping the top of the foot to the floor as if we were slowly swimming in place. We'll keep the legs very, very close to the floor. Now, it might not look like much is happening, but I can see and feel her back muscles working very strongly just to lift the legs slightly away from the floor. And then if you want to progress this, slowly start to lift the legs much higher away from the floor. Again, one is going to touch as the other is lifting up, and then you alternate side to side. So for about 30 seconds to a minute, you'll be surprised how challenging it is. And then we'll shift into a diagonal variation. We'll go across the diagonal, reaching out through the left arm and reaching back through the right leg. Slowly lift the limbs just to what's comfortable. The chest, the neck, the head may also come off the floor. Then as you come down, usually on an exhalation, reach out away from your midline and from your core. Maybe 5 passes through each diagonal. And when you're ready, when you've had enough, come on back into child's pose.